You know, there are a lot of satisfying noises in Minecraft, but one of my favourites is listening to golems die and then watching the ingots flow in. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode from the Ramble SMP. And today we're starting things off in the iron farm. And that is basically to say, I haven't done anything. Alright, so one of the many things we did last time was get this thing dug out. And this is my factory that is going to be making hot air balloons. That's the idea behind it. And yeah, it's big. And obviously it needs to be. It's also going to be a lot of work as well. Not only building inside the factory, but I want to build a big custom mountain around the outside of it as well. So I have been thinking about that. I've got a few designs, but I'm not ready to do it yet. I have been doing a lot of work in between episodes, but that's not here. That is in the Nether. Okay, so in our temporary Nether hub, as you can see, we are at the ceiling of the Nether, and we've got these tunnels. You know, this is a standard thing you see on an SMP. Right up at the top, random portals everywhere, cobblestone, just really janky. So what we'd actually like to do fairly soon is get a proper Nether hub going, and we don't want it at the top there because we want it to be nice and big and grand. So what I've been doing, if I come down here, remember this route because this is what I have to do every time I come down here and it's a pain. So I want to get something properly done. So we have many stairs going in random directions, and I think I've got to drop down here. Yeah, let's just fly down here, and this cobblestone here, this is what I've been up to. So, as you can see, we have lots of random stuff, and we have a few signs as well. So, I've been marking out from the portals at the top where all the portals are going. So, mine there, binary there, and then we've got Hocus down there. And then we also have spawn just over there. And these are really close. When you see it all open like this, we're not actually that far away. So, this hub wouldn't be that big, but I think it'd be really cool. So, over here, I think this is Kit, this next one. Is that right? Yeah, that's Kit. And then just down here, we have Amadon, that was his original portal. We've got Spirit over there, and then just behind it over here we have Super Turtle. So he's got two. Where is it? That's his starter base there, and then over there is his Guardian farm. That is pretty much the extent of it. And stood over here, oh yeah, down this tunnel as well, we have got a skeleton. That's not what I'm talking about though. Down there is where the end portal is. As far as our bases though, Amadon is probably like the furthest northwest. Super Turtle is the furthest south, and then to the east, I think I'm definitely the furthest northeast, and then Hocus is the furthest southeast. So that is like the extremes of the island. And if we stand in the middle-ish here, where the spawn portal is, we can see everything, and it's all fairly close. So I think this could be really good to get everything done down here. So all I've done is taken a couple of shulker boxes of cobblestone and laid this all out. And yeah, it's not spawn-proof yet, and most of this is a Soulside Valley, so it's pretty dangerous. Could get ghast and skeletons down here, so I'll definitely need to slab this at some point. But before I make too much progress with this, I want to get together with a couple of the other ramblers and have a discussion about what I want to do down here. So I don't want to do too much. This is very early stages, but this isn't all I've been doing. So let's have a look at the other thing, and it is also in the Nether. So this other path that we've got going out here, this is going to go to my Wither Skeleton farm, because at the moment it's a bit of a pain to get to. So we saw that staircase that I came down, and then we have another step. Actually, we should probably go that way, actually, because I don't think I can get to it from down here just yet. And this looks quite scary. Yeah, so let's take this route, because it's really boring and annoying. So, yeah, I know that's good viewing, isn't it? But I just want to explain why I'm doing it, because it's such a pain coming down here. I marked all this out before I had an elytra, and it was really scary. And, yeah, it's just an absolute pain. I had to dig through tons of different biomes. And I think I did this in the first episode, actually, when I found my blaze spawner. And yeah, it's a bit of a trek. A lot of it is spawn proof for the buttons. This is because of the Wither Skeleton farm. I came out all this way so nothing would spawn. And then down here, this is the tunnel that is going to go to the platform that we've just seen. So if we just have a little bit of fly over here, it's that one there. That is the end of it. And then I don't know how I'm going to get down here. I don't even know how I'm going to travel over here. I do a lot of flying, but I probably should do another way. Maybe like an ice boat path, and then they could drop down onto here and then have an elevator. I don't know. We'll come up with that eventually, but for now, what I want to do is have a fly down here, because this is the new path to my Wither Skeleton farm, and it's not the safest thing in the world yet, but it's all completely spawn-proofed. And if we remember that tiny little room I had for my Wither Skeleton farm, that has changed a lot now. This is what I've been up to between episodes. This is the big thing I've been doing. I've been dropping gravel into all of the lava, as you can see around here, and yeah, taking it all out, and we now have this massive expanse of a room. So it goes back quite far here as well, but I do have a little bit to get done. I want to take this wall and that one there back to this one here, and this one back a little bit as well. So yeah, we've got a lot of room. And the reason I want to do that is because I am a little bit sick of this. I do want to make it look good, But the main reason is because of these stupid chests. And all this, actually, this is all from me just working around here. This is all them entity cramming and dying. So yeah, we're not getting with the skeletons from that because those have to be a player kill. But we're getting all this stuff anyway. So look at that, skull, nice. So I want to sort out this. Have it A, look good, and B, be auto sorted as well. So I've got a lot of work to do. I've dug out this bit at the back so I can have a little bit of redstone down here. And looking at it now, this is absolutely massive. I don't need this much room because this is actually going to be the far end of the room. And then the other end is going to be over here somewhere. And then we're going to have a staircase going up to that platform that we've just been on. And then we're going to have a staircase on this side, I think. And then have the items shot across that way into an item sorter. And then the staircase will go down to that. We can see the chests and grab all the wither skeleton skulls. And, you know, all the other stuff we're getting as well. I'm going to finish off these last few bits of lava, and then we can have a look at what we're going to do. And if you want some really exciting footage of me dropping gravel into lava, here it is. No, you're welcome. And this is what happens when you don't pay attention. You die. So, luckily I got back, and luckily everything I have is netherite. So, I can take a fire resistance potion and swim and get this helmet. See, and I thought doing this wouldn't be exciting. Remind me not to leave my computer unattended while I'm stood in a place like this. Alright, we're nearly there. As you can see, I have filled in most of this, so I'm just starting to dig it down now. I'll replace these ones around the edge with the smooth stone slabs like I've been doing here. And then we'll fill all this in as a roof like this, and then we can dig all this out. So yeah, we're getting there. And hopefully there won't be any more accidents, and I can get this done. And when I say dig it out, that's not actually what I mean. What I've actually been doing is digging the netherrack out, putting slabs down there, and then if we can dig out the rest of the netherrack, the gravel falls onto it. And I like that. And this is way more fun and way quicker. But I've also just noticed, I did lose something when I died up there in that lava, and that was my main elytra. But luckily, we did do that trip to the end, and I do have a few spares, so I just need to get some enchantments on there, and we'll be good. So I'll get the rest of this down, and then we can finally get on with actually making these a little bit more functional and much prettier. Okay, so many hours have passed, lots of gravel has been placed, lots of lava has been removed, and this is how we're looking now. And as you can see, I have dug out a lot of the pillars, these nether brick pillars that came down from the fortress bridges, down into the lava, those have all gone as well. And I also have a little area back here, because what I'm trying to do is get some piglins. I did manage to get one. When all this was built up here, I had an area of the gravel that I didn't slab. So there was a piglin up there, and I let him down, and he chased me around the room a little bit, and I was planning on putting him right over there, but he wouldn't follow me. So I had a better idea. I built a little trap for him at the side, and I planned on doing this a bit technical, having some trapdoors so he could walk over them, but as I was building it, he ran over to me. So I thought it'd just be easy if I just broke these blocks, let him in, and then just trap him in there with the glass. So that was nice and easy. And then I just broke the bottom one so he couldn't get out, and threw a little bit of gold at him, and that worked a treat. So we now have a piglin that we can use to throw some gold at and get some decent stuff. And this is the setup that I've got at the moment. So not automated yet. I'm going to put a dropper on here that throws gold at him, but I don't have an absolute ton of gold at the minute. If we just have a look at my ender chest, this is everything I've got so far. So it's not too bad. I've got over a stack of blocks, so that's quite a lot. But as you can see, yeah, we have loads of stuff coming through. See, I've still got the skulls coming in and a decent amount of gold. So, but I really want to get this auto sorted really soon. So part of the reason I've done this, not just because I want to get rid of my gold, but the design I've got for this area is blackstone and quartz mainly. And I don't have a ton of blackstone, and I definitely don't have a lot of quartz. I have been over to Amadorn's base and traded with some of his villagers because I don't have any stone masons at the moment. So I've been buying a little bit of quartz off them, but as you know, this process is quite slow, as you can only trade 12 at a time, and it's 1 emerald per 1 block of quartz, so it can be quite expensive. And this is what I managed to get from that, so not even 2 stacks. I think I'm going to need a lot more than that. And this is all the blackstone I have so far. So this is why I've set this up, and this is what's coming through. This is what I got from manually throwing stuff at him. And then I now have this set up so he's stood on a hopper, and all this stuff is coming straight into here. So I've got a little bit of quartz and a little bit of blackstone, but I'm definitely going to need to throw some more gold at this guy. But we will get this automated first. While I was doing all this as well, I was hoping to find a little bit of ancient debris. But this is all I got. I only managed to get 1. But luckily, this bit over here, where I've been trying to spawn things, and I should also explain, when I first did this, I had this whole area of full blocks, and not the slabs in between. But as I ran over here, the first thing that spawned was a ghast. And it's not even a Sultan Valley, it was just really low chance of it spawning, and it did right there, and it shot all of my minecarts and the hoppers and those 2 chests, they went and just items spilled everywhere. So I've put all that back, but I don't know why I did that, because the next thing I'm going to do is actually rip this out and put the new killing area in. But anyway, what I want to do now is get this piglin, I think. Yeah, see, he's angry. I've got some name tags on me. I might just leave him here for now. I'll just name tag him just so I don't go anywhere. Come here. No, stop. Did that work? Gold snatcher. There we go. Right. He's going to stay there. I should probably slab all of this as well. And also show off, because I have at least another 2 ancient debris there. So we will get those soon, but you know what? I'm not dealing with him right now. And I'm not 100% sure if this is actually going to stay here, because of the design of this room, they may need to move. So I'm not going to put too much effort into this yet. I'm going to get all this marked out, get the new killing area done, and then we can see where we are. Okay, so first thing I need to do to allow me to rip all this out is make sure that no wither skeletons or anything else for that matter is going to fall on my head and kill me. So what we've got here is a hay bale which breaks the fall. But if we put any other block in there, and I've done that as a bottom slab so nothing will spawn on it, but anything else that falls down should just instantly die. Unless a blaze comes down, which they do every now and then, but that's alright, I can live with that. So let's just get rid of these and see if that works. Oh, come on. Right, there we go, got some coming, and they're just splatting on there and dying. So that's great. Right, we can get rid of all this and put in the new killing area. Okay, so I've made a little bit of progress, and yes, it is a complete mess at the moment, but let me just talk you through what I'm thinking. The inspiration for this comes from what Tango's been doing on Hermitcraft with the skeleton farm they've got there, and I know that farm they've got is absolutely ridiculous, and I don't need anything that crazy for this, but I thought I'd do it anyway, just as a bit of a challenge. But what I've done 2 things. 1, I've made it a little bit simpler. And 2, I've made it a little bit more complicated. So the drop shaft here is only 1 block wide compared to Tango's where he's got walls on the side, making it a little bit wider. So the piston setup he's got is a little bit more complicated. He also chooses to push the blocks out and go across to the side, which I have done away with both of those things. So all I need here is actually 2 pistons. So what I've got, all the mobs will fall down on that chain in there. When I kill them, most of the drops will fall down here, and this slime block will push them that way. Very occasionally though, items will get stuck on top of that chain. So we have this block here that will get pushed by this sticky piston just before this one pushes it that way. And that is what I've done to make it a little bit simpler. What I've done to make it more complicated is, instead of having the chest going along this way, what I've done is decided to have a sorting system down this side. So that means I need to push the items this way as well. So these 2, you have to wire them up as an inverse of each other. So when these items get pushed across here, this block will retract at just the right time, and then when it extends again, it will push them that way. So the timing of this is crucial to get this right. Otherwise, if this one's extended out, the items will go into the side of it and they'll just sit there forever until they despawn. So we need to get this right, but luckily it's not too difficult. And I have done something similar in my single player world in my gold farm storage, the sorting system there. So it's basically the exact same setup. So I will do that in a second, but there is a couple of other things I need to explain. Another way that this farm differs is that we're not just getting wither skeletons in here, we're also getting zombie piglins as well. The piglins themselves, not a problem, but the babies, they are definitely a problem. So what I've done to fix that is I've got this little drop here. So we're going to block off each side so there's absolutely nowhere that they can go. So I think we're going to do it like this. There'll be blocks on top of here like this, and then that slab there, and then it will be surrounded on all sides. So if it stands here, it'll get pushed across and then just stand there. Won't be able to come this way, but they'll think it can run over there across those trapdoors, and it'll just fall down here. So we could dig this out a bit further, but we are quite close to bedrock down here, so we can't do a drop where it's going to die. So I'll probably just put a cactus down there or something and deal with them like that. That's not a big deal because we don't get an absolute ton of the babies, but we do need to deal with them, because if they do get out here and I swipe away at the adults in there, the babies come after me, and you know what, they do hit hard. So definitely need to sort that out. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to finish off wiring this up, and then in theory we should just be able to turn it on, get rid of that, and have them drop down here. I will need to put a lava source in there to break the fall of these things, because if they fall on this chain, they will take the fall damage like they are doing now. So putting the lava in, that breaks the fall, and then they can just land on here until I kill them. I'll get all this wired up, and we can have a look at how it works. Okay, so all the redstone is done now, and it's a little bit noisy, but it's not too bad, and I'll probably put a switch in somewhere to turn this off when I'm not using it. But you know what, I can live with it. So it's really nice and simple this. All we've got is a clock back here. It's just 4 repeaters, all on full delay. And then the magic of those slime blocks happens because what we have here is a redstone torch on the side of this block. So basically, these signals are inverted. This one goes to this piston here that pushes them down there. And then this one goes to the piston that's underneath all that mess that pushes them across. So we'll just see that in a sec. There we go, so that pushes across. And then once that one's extended, this one retracts straight away. So any items that get pushed across, that one will pull back and then send them down that way. And then the last little bit we've got is an observer looking at this signal. So whenever this changes, and it's both when it goes on and off, it'll power this repeater and then this piston, and that is the block that is just above the chain. So that'll push any items that are on the chain down onto the ice path below, and then they'll get pushed across by that. And that's it. So we're going to have a sorting system down here, chest down there, and then we'll have another little room underground. But obviously, I need to get all that to go out as well. So I think what we could do now, we do have a few items up there. There are a couple of blazes as well. But if we get rid of that slab now, I didn't mention as well, I have actually started marking out this room. So this is the basic design. A little bit of a spoiler, but you know, it's not that much of a spoiler because I'm going to build it in a second. So I've got the quartz and the blackstone, and then we're going to have a staircase coming down here. So that means that this fella definitely going to have to move. And then we're going to have a little platform here, and then a staircase going either way down below this. And then this will probably be the ceiling of the room below. And then over on that side of that room, we'll have a load of chests with all the items automatically sorted into it. So that's great. Right, so let's get rid of this slab and see what happens. They are going to die at the minute, but that's alright, I can live with that. So where are you? You go, all the items drop down there, and now we should see them all get pushed across like that. And I need to get rid of them slabs, don't I? But, you know, if they weren't there, that would have worked great. So that's brilliant. They'll get sent down there. At least we've got the timing of that right, that's the main thing. So I just need to get rid of that, and that should, right. Just see some more items coming out now. So yeah, they're just getting stuck there. They're definitely getting pushed down there. It's just we can't have anything here. So I need to find another way of spawn-proofing this. Probably just with the buttons again. Or actually, no, the hoppers are going to be on this side, aren't they? So yeah, we'll do something different there. So that's it. All ready to go. So now I can get the lava in to drop these down. Let's see if this works. Alright, they just dropped on there, yeah. So I can't really test the chain. It's not going to be that consistent. Oh, there we go. That works. Do some bones on there. They got pushed down, and then they'll get sent across like everything else. That's great. So I can get the rest of this in, and then I can actually get on with doing this building. Obviously, after I've done all the digging as well, and I need to get all these chests moved. So yeah, got a lot to do. So, no time like the present. Let's get on with it. Okay, I think we're done. And I don't know about you, but I think this is looking a lot better than it was. There are a few issues, and we'll talk about that, but let's just have a look at what we've got. So we've got our killing area here, exactly as it was before. So if we just give a swipe at these, we may see one of the issues, and that is this. Some of the items do fall through and get stuck on there. Now, if it's stuff like that, I don't care, but I end up picking up quite a lot of the swords. So that was the thing I was trying to get around. So I may have to come up with another way of getting rid of things. But all I can think of off the top of my head really is to have like a dropper somewhere, a hidden one that I can access and just clear out my inventory that I want to go into the sorting system. So, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't happen loads. So most of the drops do fall down there. Stop making me out to be a liar. I get sorted. It's just I do, obviously, if I've killed quite a lot of them, I end up with quite a lot of stuff in my inventory. But anyway, let's have a look downstairs. So we have this down here, and the staircase goes both ways. And they both come into this same room down here, where we have the output of the sorting system. So we have 3 columns of chests for bones, 2 for coal, and 2 for gold nuggets, 1 for gold ingots. And the main thing we're here for is with the skeleton skulls. So we're doing alright. Bones, got an absolute ton of them. It's ridiculous how many of these we get. Coal is going well as well. Got another double chest of that there. Gold nuggets. I have actually used quite a lot of these because I've been bartering with piglins. So not a ton of those at the minute, but as you can see, it's building back up. We are getting gold ingots as well because the zombie piglins do drop these from player kills. And obviously, another thing that's only from player kills is with a skeleton skull. So the rest of this I can actually get from just AFK in here, and they will entity cram, and I'll get all this. It's just the last 2 that actually needs me to be here. So as you can see, we have over a stack of skulls in there, and that's not including what I've got in my ender chest. I think I've got about 4 stacks of skulls in there, and another one there. So yeah, this is going well. With the skeleton skulls, I think we've got enough for now. But one of the issues I haven't moved my piglin yet, and I do have another one, so we'll have a look at him in a minute. But I have been doing a little bit of bartering, because I wanted the blackstone and the quartz, and I have used quite a lot of that. So I definitely need to get this set up somewhere properly. Maybe in this wall here, because we do have quite a few blank walls. Actually, that could be a good spot. But then I do need somewhere accessible to send the gold to them, so we do have a few walls where we could put them. And then we have this little space under here as well. But what I'm thinking for this is this is like a craftable storage. So if I want to craft up the coal into blocks and bones into the bone meal and then bone blocks, I could put that under here. So I'll probably use that for that. But then this needs to move somewhere. And I did have another one over here, and I think I've still got traps. Yeah, so I moved it down here because I had a little bit of an issue. We had a gas spawn in there earlier, and I thought I'd fix that. I spent some time clearing out that area at the end. I got this piglin trapped in there, and I tore everything down, spawn-proofed it, and I dug out the ancient debris that was there as well. And I have stopped doing the bartering for now, because I have decided on what I'm going to do for transport. And this thing here, obviously, lets the cat out of the bag. I'm not going to do the ice path with the boat as I normally do through the Nether, which is a lot of fun, and it goes really, really fast, but I thought I'd be a little bit more traditional, a little bit more old school, and do a minecart rail, because I haven't done this for ages, and as we're getting the gold for free in there, I thought, why not? So I have actually spent a little bit of time putting this down. It's not powered yet, but I've just put it down for now, so it'll spawn-proof this, because I've got rid of all the slabs. And then it does go all the way down there to where we're going to have the other path that goes across to the Nether hub. And speaking of the Nether hub, I have got together with Amradon and Barney, and we've come up with a bit of a plan for what we're going to do over there. But I'm not going to talk about that now because it's a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, we do have a lot to be doing down here. So I've also marked out where I think this tunnel's going to go, and I've been looking at it for a little bit, and I don't think I want to do it this wide. This is only 3 wide at the pillars, and I'll probably have a wall here, but I'm thinking that's not going to be wide enough, because even though we've got this minecart rail, I do like to be able to fly everywhere, so I want to have that option to do that as well. So I think I'm going to move these out 1 more on each side to give us 5 wide between the pillars and then 7 wide in total. And then the height of it is obviously going to be quite high as well, at least 5 blocks. I think it's 3 at the minute, and that's flyable, but I want to go to at least 5 blocks to make it much easier. We'll get that done, but that's definitely not going to be today, as, to be honest, I'm quite happy with the progress I've made. Alright, so let's come around the back. As you can see, I did clear out way too much space. It's absolutely ridiculous. This didn't need this much, but never mind. And a couple more issues. We have, every now and then, some items coming out the back, and it's not a lot. It's not that big deal. If I put some slabs under there and make this all solid, I think that will fix that. So I'll get that done, give that a go. And then I didn't show this as well. This is where I'm actually killing the zombie piglins, and this is a really good example. Sometimes when they fall down there, they'll fall onto the drops that are there and pick up a skull. So yeah, that guy is going to stay there forever and not despawn, but you do get a lot of these coming through here. So I put a cactus down there. Obviously I've removed the blocks at the side so it don't break, and the ones that fall down, most of them do tend to die on that. When you get a few in, they push each other in and they die in there. We are losing the drops from these, and any that pick up the skulls, we're losing those as well, but you know, it's such a small amount, I'm not going to bother fixing that. And then we can see the items coming down here as well. I have put the fire in at the end, because I did leave this running for a while just to check what was coming down here and not getting sorted, and all that was ever over here was the rotten flesh and both types of swords. So I'm happy that this is working great. So I'll put the fire in, and that'll just destroy everything that gets down here. There are 2 more drops that I haven't sorted that I may want to keep, and I do have them both on me. So I've got blaze rods and the zombified piglin's head. Now these are really, really rare. I've killed so many piglins, but that's, and I haven't got many. I've got about 10 in total. It's hardly anything. And then every now and then the blazes do come down here, so we do get the blaze rods, but again, that is very rare, so I don't think I'm going to bother saving those either. I think what we've got coming in down here is more than enough. And look at this, crazy amount of skulls, love it. And with that, I think I'm going to leave it there. I think we made some really good progress here. We've got the killing area built, and obviously nicely decorated, all the items sorted, so that is good progress for me. And I think the minecart rail over here, I did think about doing it, but you know, that is a big project on its own, so I am going to save that for next time. And in between episodes, I will get those piglins moved and hopefully decide on a good location for them. But with that, that's going to do it for me. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.